Hello everyone, welcome back to the Workbench. I felt like recording a little update just to share what I've been up to. Those of you who have seen previous videos may have noticed there's always been a tunnel motor of the Athearn variety in that back corner there, where the cradle is, and I finally got the inspiration and will to tackle the project. So what the backstory is the people who been following me for a while know that I put in ESU, DCC, and lock sound in this engine a couple years ago. This specific one is actually I repowered it with a Kato motor. I've got two speakers, one that's sitting off the weights over here, and there's one over here. And then I also went ahead and added LED lighting for the gyro light, the nose light, and the single backlight there. Yippee. What I put off doing was doing the super detailing work. I just didn't feel like doing it at the time. For the super detailing, I have the Canon & Company safety tread for the SD40T-2. And then this is a separate piece. This is for their... this specific one is for the 123-inch nose. I think this is a 118-inch because it doesn't slide all the way back. I don't think I have an engine with a 123-inch nose, so I'm just going to use this piece. It'll look fine. It's not painted because I didn't realize that this needed to be the separate piece. So I will go ahead and paint that. And then what I also have is precision scale parts that I'm using to make the handrails. Originally, I was going to use just the Athearn handrails because they're actually in decent shape, these, except I lost one somehow. Go me. So I ended up bending, it was this side that I lost. I had already glued this in with super glue, except I just did it over the paint, and I wasn't able to get this fitted properly. So what I did is I peeled up all the safety tread, came up fine. Like I said, it's just, you know, what breaks first, the glue or the paint. So I sanded that back down. Like I said, these are precision scale. These are plastic EMD handrails, and this is their wire. So because I did one handrail, I also needed to do the front and back because those famously get obliterated by the wind. So I went ahead and did this side as well. So I'll get those painted, and then I still have the original Athearn, and I may try and get lazy and not do those at first, but we'll see. And then the other project creep, if you will, is actually adding the cab interior. I wasn't going to do that originally. The cab was glued in, and originally I was just going to cut this in half, which I did, and then just kind of, you know, install the cab interior one half at a time. That clearly didn't work. So what I ended up doing was breaking the cab out. Fortunately, the cab was glued in after it was painted. So it was just a question of what breaks first, the paint or the glue. As you can imagine, it was the paint. That's fine. You can see I have the back panel here. And I've already test fitted everything, so that helps keeps the wires. The LEDs, I just put in the surface mount for the number boards. I contemplated putting in some SMDs and replacing this 3mm. Decided against it. This solution works perfectly fine, and it's hard to see. I'll paint it the dark SP gray, and no one will be the wiser. Next thing to do on the cab is replace some of the detail parts like the bell that broke off and the sunshades, add the wind deflectors or the mirrors, and then I also have the armrest. I do still have the number boards from Athearn that fit into this. I need to strip those out and put in the, or re-decal them with the illuminatable or lightable decals. Hopefully that'll turn out okay. And I will say, this is an earlier ready to run, and they did some decent detail on this. Like the horn is apparently brass. Obviously these detail parts are brass. And they have some brass separately applied for the door handle. If it's not brass, it's metal. As you can see, I've chipped some of it, and that's silver, not the gray. But yeah, I'll do some of the super detailing here. I'll paint the interior the light green. One nice thing that I found with this model is the all the gear assembly, like the worm drive and all that, it's actually really low. It actually sits just beneath the top of the battery boxes. So what I was gonna do is the wire for the headlight will just go through down the middle here, and then it'll come up the back and then go up top. One thing I've done originally, I'm replacing the truck wiring because it keeps breaking off with more flexible wire. So what I did is I also press fit some styrene rod, and what that does is it keeps the wires from rubbing against the worm drive. I know I'm calling it the wrong thing, but right, the worm rod or whatever. And then those actually come out here. And then I will flip this back and glue it up front there. And then the rest of the wires, there's enough room between this second speaker that I have. The other one, again, is in the back, pointing down at the grill. But the wires will fit up here and then come out here, and I'll just solder them all in. So, not sure if I covered this, but I did glue these on. These, again, are the Details West SD45 details. This one I tried to get lazy, and I didn't put in extra styrene to secure it, so of course it bloody fell off. As you can see, here's the detail, if I haven't shown this already. Not going rivet counter detail, I'm just doing it so there's more stuff to look at, so it looks a little better. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this today. As you can see, I have the two others waiting to get their tear down. Hopefully it won't be as intrusive. I think I've learned a lot on these, or on this one specifically, so we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. See you later.